Hello everyone and welcome back to Path of Exile Dissonance. We're back, and since last episode, I've pretty much done just a few things. We've processed up some of the ores that we've been waiting so long for. I've not really done anything to this just yet, not in any terms of automation or anything, but there's definitely a little bit of fun we can do with the gears just to watch things kind of move back and forth and such, but it doesn't really do much for us. This keeps it in safe mode so we don't fall in it and die, whereas, you know, if we're processing this, we can just flip this around and then continue processing all the nuggets and so forth. But yeah, not looking too bad. Things could be a little bit better, and things will get a little bit better in this sense, especially once we get a few other things up and running, especially maybe things like, I don't know, a wonderful windmill. I've been practicing, trust me. I've been doing it on my stream. I've been practicing making some windmills. Well, not multiple windmills. I guess just a windmill to make it look better, more or less. So, anyways, today we've been starting on a little bit of MineColonies. We got the builder over there working on a few things. Unfortunately, I've not moved the current builder, but because I can't really figure out how to actually move it. I thought there was an actual way of like repositioning it, and I thought it mentioned that somewhere before, but currently I have them building a house because they're complaining about it quite a bit. I think what I'll do is I will probably go ahead and put the builders here next and just have this one get deconstructed. I'll put a builder here and here. I know it says it's a second and third, but I don't think it's really that big of a deal. And we can go and start working on some of these others. But this is the way the house looks. I don't know if this is how it's actually supposed to be. Well, it's done. Well, that was good timing. Good job. Now, are you happy because you have a home? Is this set up for any particular person? Or is this like just, what, singular person? I'm not... Assign one citizens. Apparently that is not a thing I can do. Oh. Well, hopefully you will love it here. Hopefully. Hopefully you'll be very happy. Now there is this torch that is kind of missing, but I've tried to line this up in such a way to where once we start building the next ones, everything should be okay. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of that, but we're going to be doing some other stuff as well. I'm trying to intertwine and interweave the wonderfulness that is MineColonies into some of this, because I find it a little interesting to watch how things progress, especially something that I'm like excited to see, which is pretty much seeing what this is going to look like when it's all done and built. It sounds like it's going to be pretty amazing, if you ask me. An entire fortress, a town, a city, whatever you would call it, just basically built and done inside of this area, which apparently you're all telling me that this can be expanded outwards eventually with like the barracks and other things. But here we go. So this is going to be a level 1 builder. If I remember this correctly, I think... So wait, hold on a second. So the fences... Hold on, let me read this real quick. So, I'm sorry for the Z flashing and everything. The barracks is 3 chunks long. Okay, so if this building isn't where you need it, you can reposition it. That's what it says. I don't know. I've never seen it. Extra wall, gate, and corner segments are under deco, which is decorations. Use the planning deco, place, ghosted, to get an idea of how to lay out districts. Expect to occupy about 14 districts when fully grown. Optionally, you can make a small fortress, then a small something outside. Small town outside. Okay. But there is this little message right here. When placing your builder, turn on chunks. The fences on the builder should touch these fences. Later, the fences will be a wall acting as an inner parapet. Okay. So... why is the outside completely open? That's what confuses me, I guess, a little bit. There's a okay, so this is another thing that kind of confuses me. So it says house suggestion. I'm assuming it means in the corner there. eventually this is the tier 5, then why is the door there? You know, I'm going to have to probably trust them. What just happened? Oh. Ew. Oh. 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 Is that how that works? So did I do that right, maybe? Because this seems like you would want this here to kind of move around a little bit. Let me check here. Let me go like this. 1, 2, and I'm assuming one more. Nope, not that way, that way. I'm assuming like that, but then let's turn this on to the stage 5. And I'm guessing... I don't think that's right. Because then that ends up putting a wall there. But then there's this little line. See, this is what makes me think that this goes on the outside. Because if you look, that's more of a front face. And that is more of a back face, not really something you would want on the front. You know what I mean? So I'm guessing what we want to do is flip this around, pull this out like so. And then that way that kind of matches up with this. Because that kind of, yeah, I think that's for the most part how this is supposed to work. But I think this needs to get moved. I'm probably going to have to move that, unfortunately. But let's turn this back down to level 1. Make sure everything's good. I think that's about right-ish. I'll have the house probably deconstructed and reconstructed. But let's go ahead and set this back to 5. I don't know how I triggered the other one. But I'm assuming I want it like this. Okay, I'll have to fix that probably a little bit later then, because I don't think I can get this to build inside of that one. I don't think it's going to let me. I'm also trying to see if I can get that to activate again. I don't know how I got it to activate. Nonetheless, okay, anyways, we're not going to worry about it. We're going to click check mark. I'm thinking that's right. And if anything, we can try to fix that a little bit later. So let's set our builder and let's build building. We'll see if... I'll let him build with what he has. I'm assuming we have probably more than everything we need. But yeah, anyways. You all might have to help me out a little bit here to give me some ideas of what I need to do to help fix this and help this along. I'm assuming I'm going to need some fences and as well as a few other things. But like I said, I'm just going to probably start giving him a few things here just to kind of get started. Make some spare fences. I'm assuming he's going to need a lot of fences. Maybe some fence gates. Looks like maybe a door. Probably going to need some more signs. I'm assuming he's probably going to use a lot of signs. And I'm just going to drop this all in there. So if we take a look here, we can see quite a few different things that they do need, as well as signs. And this is, yeah. So I'll let them do the majority of it, and I'll finish up the rest of it a little bit later on. But there we go. We'll just go and toss that in there. So in the meantime, while that's getting built and done, and we'll see how that looks eventually. I would love to see this thing built up all the way at some point. Would be wonderful, but not right now. Let's go ahead and work on a little bit of create, because there's been some people telling me that, you know, we should work on getting a lot of cobblestone, because we're going to need a ton of it. We're also going to need some experience, because we're going to want to start doing some crazy enchanting. Our tools are getting a little bit low. We're going to have to repair them. We're going to have to do other things. So let's go ahead and take a look at a little bit of create. Now there's an item in this called the drill. Now, this mechanical drill, we've seen it in a previous, well, previous series that we've done, and we've used this in a couple different methods, but today we're going to kind of try to do it a little bit more stationary, if that makes sense. So we'll need to get a little bit of andesite, some zinc going to get some more andesite alloy running, because we're going to want a good little chunk of it. We're also going to need some iron. So here's all of the resources that we processed up, including some of the gold. Thought I had more gold than that. I also need to empty out my bag. I didn't even process all of the iron. I didn't even process all my gold. I just did a nice little chunk of it, and this is what we got so far just from doing all of that. It's been rather nice, to say the least. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and craft up the 3 of these. I don't know if we're going to use all 3, but we'll start there and see what comes of it. Is the sun is setting over? I swear they have like changed the times in Minecraft. I'm not even joking. I swear. It definitely feels that way. I will need to look at our map here. I want to see if we had some lava relatively close, but I guess I do not. But looking at this, if you can see where maybe the fortress might be, this is going to encompass a large area. It's going to look really nice. I think it's going to turn out pretty well with MineColonies, and the fact that we have like this whole RPG element and everything going on, I'm kind of excited because it's kind of like a journey. It's like a story. It's just unfolding as I'm trying to sit here and maliciously click my mouse to sleep in this bed. Let me sleep. You know, I wouldn't have to do this if you just quit making nighttime so quick to come every single day. That'd be great. Of course, then there's these things that come out of your bed at night when you click on it. I don't know. Some of you might have seen that already if you're playing along and such. There's definitely some funny business going on. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump into this and get started, shall we? So it's a nice little method that I'm hoping we can try to do to possibly get us some... Should probably get grabbed... do I have a spare bucket? All right, and we're back. Just grabbed a few more buckets to make some, well, grab some buckets of lava, that is. And let's go and set up over this way. Now, I have this whole setup here. We're going to probably need to craft a few more things. And I might want to make another water wheel. I don't really know how much we can get away with. By the way, I was looking with the goggles and everything. And it makes it's kind of interesting. So, like, this is using 32 stress units. This is 128, that's 256. This is saying 256, and I'm wondering if this is 256 for like this specific one, or if this is the whole thing is one. I'm really curious. I am not sure, but considering the fact that we can run more than what it's showing on like here, I'm guessing maybe we can add on to it. Let's actually test that theory real quick. We have this here. So let's place the drill down. Well, the drill is working. I'm wondering if that means we can speed up the drill whatsoever. We might be able to speed it up a little bit. I'm guessing some of the speediness might give us more stress. But let's find out. So that on... Actually, I think it's the other way. I think it's small to large. Actually, hold on. No. This to this. Alright, and we can already see that speeding up a little bit. Let's put the drill down. So the drill is working at 256. So I'm guessing there's a lot more here than what is being led to... Ow! Okay, I was just double checking. Apparently that does hurt. Don't stand there. Don't stand on that. It hurts. Pain and suffering. And so this is operating at 512. Interesting. Alright, so we might need to craft a few things. With this all being said and done, it would be nice having that set up a little bit faster, but we're going to try to see if we can set this up well enough. Now, we do have a few things from Create that we need to do. We have this dried kelp, which we would like to craft into a few other things that might be a little bit more beneficial, such as some andesite funnels. I don't know if we're actually going to use those, but I am going to preemptively craft those, as well as some mechanical belts. So we got that. Let's make a few more shafts, because we'll probably want those with the mechanical belts. That did show up as a quest that we did need to complete. And that's down here. Mechanical belts. Boop, boop. A little bit of free XP for us. And then we're probably going to want a fan as well, so that way we can try to smelt some of this, because I know we're going to need a lot of stone, basically. So we'll need another andesite casing, which I'm assuming I'm going to have to make one. I should really have this stuff kind of set up over here to make things a little bit easier on us. And one beautiful log later. There we go. All right, so let's grab a fan. We just need the propeller, which is 4 plates. Do I still have... I have literally 1 shy. How dare you, game? Robbing me. Let's see. So if we pull out our mechanical press... Can I put that there? Looks like it looks like it's working. Oh, yeah, that's right. Darn magnets. They're the bane of my existence. Gorgeous. Nice and easy. You like my little way I get up and down through the area? I'm hoping we can move all of this and try to find a better place to possibly put this at some point, but for now I just kind of want to get it up and rolling, so that way once we start progressing through this, we'll have it and just it'll be ready to go. That's kind of the plan here. So I'm curious as to whether or not I want to do this here and have... I kind of thought I might want more than one, but we'll see how that goes. I might also need to grab some other things, but for now, let's maybe consider using some glass. So what we want to do here is set up a very basic cobblestone generator. I say basic. We'll see how basic it actually turns up being. One of these is not correct. Oh yeah, that's right. We have that other thing where it turns everything into shards. How wonderful. Alright, then let's get inside of this. So we should be able to put, like, say for instance, the lava here. Now that's going to flow all the way over, which is not necessarily what we want. But after doing this, oh god. Well, how did that happen? Did I not put a block under this? How does that work? Oh, I see. I see what happened. Okay. Nonetheless, we need to be careful placing this down now because of that, but if we get rid of this, we let the water flow down, the lava should touch this block here. Or that. Listen, cobblestone generators are confusing, alright? Listen. I've been Minecrafting for years. Years! And I mine with my own cobblestone and stuff. Alright? And there we go. So there is a cobblestone generator being used, and it's basically just mining all of this for free. Now, we need a way of picking that up. Now, I'm kind of curious, because it's kind of moving it around a little bit. I'm wondering if we just grab a straight up hopper, if that'll kind of fix what we want, or if we need something a little different in order to make this work the way we want. But first, let's try the simplest thing, and then we'll work from there. Because you never know. Now, a hopper would maybe work, but we also wanted to kind of like pull out from that as well. So let's go ahead and say, for instance, let's stop this for the moment. We do have some cobblestone now we can actually work with. Let's see how well, Let's see how well this is actually working. 23 cobblestone, not the worst. Some of it might have gotten pushed back as well, but let's put this down here. This is more of a concept more than anything currently. Okay. And that seems to be working rather well. Almost perfectly, if you will. All right. Awesome. Now from here, we want to export this out with a funnel, which means we also need to have access to more of this. Oh, there's more back here. Holy cow, there's so much. So we have this huge cobblestone. I should probably try to figure out a way to make this a little bit more compact. I am sure I could, but just for the sake of this video, we're gonna probably not worry about that too much. Let's see, so if that comes out there, let's put this here. Put that there. We'll have this come out this way. I don't really like this whole glass shard thing. It's kind of obnoxious, to be quite honest with you. And then we'll hook up a belt from here to here. Actually, we might need to lower that, because this is a... Yeah, we're gonna need to have access down here. Of course you would mess up on me. Why wouldn't you do that? Because we're gonna have to have that come out of here. Okay, come on. Can you place properly? Are you serious right now? Because I will need a belt leading out from here to like here, which is gonna be obnoxiously weird to set up, but there we go. So we can see that kind of did something there. Give me one piece. All I need is one piece of dried kelp. So I have an idea. I don't know if this is particularly going to work, but we are going to find out. And with that, I will need a piece of stone as a filter piece to see if this is going to work. So, this is what we have going on so far. I know it's a little crazy looking. I have turned this off because there was a lot of cobblestone being made. And so currently at the moment we have a little funnel here pulling out, because it has to come out this way from the funnel. I tried it sideways. I thought it would work, but I didn't think it, I guess it didn't actually end up working. But so we have to have it come out onto the conveyor belt. We're going to have it sit here and get ready to pass onto this. Now, I don't know for certain if this is going to work or not, but we will find out. I'm assuming this should hold that there, as long as we have a filter, which that says filter. Boop. Applied filter to brass. Click to something again. So I'm assuming if this is on the belt, it should be allowed in, whereas a piece of cobblestone should be held up. So if it is held up, maybe we put that there. We'll see if that actually cooks it up. There might be a better way of doing this, but this is just my kind of quick way of doing it. And don't stand there, because it'll do that. But there we go. We have stone. Ow, this is painful. I need water. Holy cow. Okay, well, let's turn this machine on and see if this is actually going to work for me now. So that's going to start pulling that out. And it'll probably stop up. Now, it's not super fast, and there's probably definitely a better way of doing this a little bit faster. But as we can see, it'll cook that one up. It'll go in, then it'll do the next one. Now, unfortunately, this is going to be too fast for this, because this is way too slow. But at the current moment, it is indeed working. All I have to do is we could slow this down just a little bit by pulling these out a ways. I'm assuming if we just build off of this one, right? We just need to get this over to this, like that. And then a couple of our shafts. That's still, unfortunately, probably a little too fast for this. Because there is a lot of cobblestone in there. So this is probably making, what, 2 pieces of cobblestone per stone? And I'm wondering if we set it up on a depot. Because I don't know how a depot actually works. But I kind of like the thought that you can actually still do this in a line like this. And it still will work. So if we have a way, which I'm thinking this might work a little bit better. Let's pull this funnel off. Because if I'm not mistaken, this can actually extract more at a time than the others can. So if we use a brass funnel there, we can kind of wait to see if this happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wait a minute for this line to kind of work its way through, and then we'll see how well this works. Now, I'm not sure how much is actually sitting there. That looks like I picked up, so we have 60, hold on, let's just do this. Let's put all of that away. Let's pick up this one. So there's a whole stack of cobblestone sitting there, and these are single pieces coming out now because of what I've picked up. So maybe possibly using a brass one there might be a little bit better. Then we can possibly consider speeding this up yet again. Because what's going to happen is this whole stack is going to take a second for it to do its thing. So it's going to sit here for a minute. But we should see a good amount of stone being made. And all of this is going to be done basically for just the cost of, well, our intelligence and the materials needed to make this. Besides that, it is completely free. So, as that is being made, it's going to take a second for it to do its thing, but it looks like it's working. Nice. Very nice. So we should have, there's a full stack and 20 so far. So not awful. And we can go ahead and speed this back up. So let's go ahead and break this. And let's see what's here. 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 And then last but not least, I think here. And there we go. So that'll be making our cobblestone a little bit faster. Some of that's probably coming into my inventory because my magnet is on, but we can get a demagnetized thing going on, and we'll see that the 6 comes out. So now we have a method of keeping this going, well, better. May not be the best way of doing it. I'll play around with some other ideas, but if you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put in the comment section down below. That's going to do it for today's episode. We got ourselves a nice fun little stone generator set up, and in the meantime, I don't think our builder is quite done. It's gonna need a few more resources. I don't know what this means, but we need to make those signs and everything, and then I'm assuming maybe it'll work. So I'm gonna have to do some playing around and figure, I don't know why are you in the ground? Alright, anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode of Path of Exile Dissonance. And if you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. And hopefully we'll see you all back in the next episode. Until then, goodbye.